Today we're going to get into and go over the T-shirts and the symbolic message behind it with SHANANN WATTS and the infamous Oops, We Did It Again pregnancy video starring SHANANN WATTS, her family annihilating killer husband, Christopher Watts, who's allegedly in jail for murdering SHANANN WATTS over his mistress, NICHOL KESSINGER, who still plays with blocks. But they're not baby blocks. That's an engine to a truck or a car. It's a motor. And what does motor run on? Motors run on Earl. Yeah. Isn't that interesting? When Christopher Watts and NICHOL KESSINGER allegedly met at
ANADARKO petroleum.
Let's get into the duality of these shirts and what it represents. Let's break it down.
I think this is just ordinary diesel oil, Scully. I think it's a medium. A medium being used by some kind of alien creature that uses it to body jump.
The black snake, as I see it, and it's a concept. It's a narrative. It's a story we tell of the snake that is destructive. That is its purpose. Its instruction was to bring sickness and destruction to the communities, to cast a shadow upon our hearts and our spirit of negativity, of dysfunction, and of unhealthiness, and that the pipeline that we see with Dakota Access, just like the proposed Keystone XL, is a manifestation of that black snake that is hell-bent on sowing destruction and disease through our lands, but also doing so at its origins and all the way down to the point of refinement to the communities that have to deal with it on the other end. That the black snake is a manifestation of the sickness of society. That black snake is the manifestation of the sickness of capitalism and of the system that is hell-bent on the destruction of those that are dependent on the land, that have a spiritual relationship to the spirit of Mother Earth. And so when we talk about rising up against the black snake, it's rising up against that sickness of capitalism, the sickness of that actual physical pipeline, and igniting the fires and utilizing the spiritual essence of water to fuel our movement.
The company that both Christopher Watts, who annihilated his pregnant wife SHANANN, and their two daughters, Bella, 4 years old, and Celeste, 3 years old, worked for ANADARKO, who was involved with Event Horizon, the largest oil spill in history. And who owns all the Earl? The Bush family. Who else? Who controls all the petrol? The Petro LWA or the Petro LWA? And I'm not speaking in terms of the Haitian deity. I'm speaking in terms of the richest 13 bloodlines in the world that run and own everything. They are praising the Petro LWA. As we can see with SHANANN WATTS and her pregnancy announcement T-shirt is a nod to Britney Spears, who's heavily under MK Ultra mind control and may possibly be a victim of human trafficking. Then we have NICHOL KESSINGER, the mistress, who had connections to
ANADARKO petroleum.
Rocking her Still Plays with Blocks t-shirt with an engine on it, a car or a truck motor that runs on Petro, or their Petrol LWA, or their Petro God, lowercase g, the beast rose out of the sea, guys. The beast, the tar seas of antiquity. The seas had oil coming up out of them back during the times of Greco-Roman, Egyptian empires, back in ancient antiquity, and they used this tar that came up out of the sea to body hop. They made automatons. There were hybrids on the earth. It's Genesis 6. If you want a starting reference place, read the whole of Genesis 6. The sons of God are the angels that fell. And then there was a second occurrence. The initial one was in the Garden of Eden, when everyone fell. Adam, Eve, the serpent, and the screech owl, aka Harpy, aka Lilith, aka the phoenix rising out of ashes. And they had fallen all together, with 1/3 of the angels fell with the enemy, the first incursion. And there were hybrids. After that, you had 200 watcher angels ascend down onto Mount Hermon. They left their post. They left their job as watcher angels, guardian angels, and descended upon Mount Hermon and took, like barbarians, human women and mated with them. And then they mixed up all kinds of birds, animals, fish, insects together, making dinosaurs and the creatures and monsters of folklore and mythology, guys. It's all biblically accurate. And they found bones of giants. They found bones of horned beings that are humanoid, bipedal, interdimensional beings. The Petro God, lowercase g, of the MLM? Question mark? Multi-level media, or multi-level management, or multi-level is an anagram for evil. Multi-evil media. Are they literally, are these calling cards? You know, with this type of magic, the rules, there's rules to magic, and they have to tell us what they're doing before they do it. So comment your thoughts below on the black snake prophecy about the pipeline, because I was shown that the pipeline and the oil that runs through the earth is the accursed blood of the earth from the original murder. The original murder was when Cain, Adam and Eve's firstborn son, took a rock and slew his brother Abel. And when he slew Abel, the earth spit him up, but it drank his blood. It spit his body up, but it drank his blood. So God cursed the earth. And the blood of the earth is now Petro! Petroleum. The petroleum, lowercase g, God. And if you look into the gases and the fumes and the nature of petroleum, it will make more sense. But how come in lore that you had different deities? You had, you know, the Anubis, you had Kali, you had the plumed serpent. You know, how did they come to life? How did they bring these statues to life? Interesting. Were they shapeshifters? Or did they use Petro LWA or petrol lowercase god to do this? Now, I'm not speaking on anyone in Haiti that practices this, because I was shown there's duality to everything in life, right? So you have a dual Petro LWA. You have one possibly being some kind of seraphim or something that helped the Haitian people take Haiti. I'm not 100% sure on that yet, but this is where I've been shown. Then you have the secret bloodline that stays hidden, the hidden hands that control and own everything from the air to the land to the water. They own the air you're breathing. Those bloodlines, the 13 bloodlines, they mix all of the religions up. So they take a little bit from voodoo. They take a little bit from ancient Babylonian times, Grecian times, Egyptian times. And they hide the knowledge from the masses. And they know by using Petro and then doing baby sacrifices. This is what was happening in antiquity, guys. That they would try to save their crops or gain fame, fortune, and money. Could this still be happening? Did it ever stop? So, leave your thoughts below. Do you believe that petroleum is the blood of the earth? If you think of the earth, right, as a sphere, let's say, and it's Mother Earth, right? And it drank the blood of Abel. Forever after that, it was cursed. So, every person that dies and in their blood is spilled, the earth does what? Sucks it up, right? So that means Mother Earth is still cursed until the time that God put on our punishment from Adam and Eve, because it goes down the generations, unfortunately, to us. But we are a special people, as we were chosen for a time like no other, the end of time, the constraints of time. Whether you're 103 years old, God looks at us as his children, his babies, the way we look at our children, guys. I always think of it like this. When Adam and Eve and the serpent and the screech owl fell, they were put in a 7-day timeout, right? Because it would be 7 days to the Lord. But God's word teaches us that a day to the Lord is 1,000 years to us. A day to the Lord is 1,000 years to us. And we were coming up on the 7,000 year mark from the beginning of the fall. And we're going backwards in the Bible. The end shall be the beginning, and the beginning shall be the end, people. And the beast shall rise out of the sea. The beast is the plumed serpent, which is a combination of a screech owl and a serpent. And it is a shapeshifter. And it dwells in the nether regions of inner earth. And it is a petroleum deity. Leave your thoughts and comments below. And there's the tree. That's the tree of knowledge of good and evil. That's a representation of it. That looks just like the explosion, the event horizon that ANADARKO was involved with. Yeah, it's the blood of the earth. AKA the roots to the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, the accursed fig tree and the accursed earth. Or as the natives call it, the black snake, aka the blood of the earth, their petrol or petrol god, their petroleum, lowercase g god, the tree of knowledge of good and evil, the phoenix rising out of ashes. Leave your thoughts below. If you haven't watched our other videos, check them out. We go over all the back research, as well as the ALEXIS Sharkey unsolved murder. Her husband worked in Petro too. Or you can just click over to our channel and check out our videos. There may be some you missed. We do in-depth research. If you like this content, to support these works, leave a like, subscribe, and turn your notifications on so you're alerted when we upload our next video. Thank you for walking with me, guys. Leave your thoughts below.